Evening, everyone. Dave here from Brossa Tin Men. So, first Napoleonic game for many months in the new cave that we've just built. This lovely 8x4.5 metre shed at the back. We're going to play Liebertwolkwitz from the 1813 scenario book that Dave Brown's just released. And we'll see how we go. No French or Russians will be harmed tonight because there aren't any on the table. Our Frenchman's taken a couple of weeks off, but those Austrians and won't have a crack, so we'll play this and we'll sub some Prussians and some Poles and some other allies in, because that's pretty much what my collection is, and there are at least Saxons here tonight, so that's something, hey. So we'll see how we go. We're probably going to play this either over 2 weeks. We'll see how we go. So you can see Leipzig in the middle. Over here, this will be the Austrian, Russian, and deployment. Over there, French. You can just see the hills there mounting up. And the most important thing sitting in the middle of the table, chief objective. So I've rated the cellar, so we're going to enjoy a 2010 Cab Sav tonight. And we'll see how we go. So welcome, and thanks for watching. All right, we're back. We have deployed. Here's the French deployment. And Tom's got his stick out, making sure he can blow things over his 12-pounder battery. French go around the hill, over there. As he walks past, there's bad guys. There's the large 12-pounder battery sitting on that hill. So he's taken up most of the table, as you can see. So this is turn 1, and the Allies have the initiative. Turn 2, no one moved. But the Austrians and Russians opted for artillery barrage. And the French took some casualties. And the Austrian cavalry over there took 1 casualty. Now we're in turn 2. So just finished turn 2, still no one's moving, but there's still gunfire. The French had 2 Heslet brigades. They put some serious fire onto that cavalry regiment over there. The assault fire paid off, 2 casualties. The French battery over here engaged that battery, causing it to go informed and get a discipline test. And they returned fire, but unfortunately rolled poorly and got a fatigue casualty. Now we're now into turn 3. Right, come to the other end of the table. Here we go. We've got the Austrian Chapeau-Lagers backed by their hussars. They've suffered some casualties. They are going after that artillery unit.
And what 1s and 2s don't get it?
Correct. 1s and 2s means you don't get your ADCs. The French have backstepped to try and get out of artillery range, and the Allies are advancing. This is turn 5, so all the reinforcements are about to deploy. So life's going to get interesting shortly. Just doing turn 5, here's the French reinforcements. Saxon cuirassiers have arrived. Well, they are actually Polish, but we won't quibble. That is the Von Zestras. And step over here. And here is the Prussians. These are the Brandenburgers in the Silesians. So it looks like we're going to get a cavalry battle over here very soon. And the French reinforcements over here would be the Young Guard. The Saxon Guards, etc., have not appeared. They have gone hesitant and have opted to remain in reserve. Right, we're moving into turn 6. We're just doing ADCs. The big move of the game was what happened to these poor guys. The French artillery rolled a 12, causing 2 casualties in the DT. They managed to roll and save themselves, but they are teetering, which could cause this brigade here some issues. And we'll walk over here. So as you can see, the Allied line is now advancing. They're going to put the pressure on. Let me come over here. All right, so there's the cuirassiers generals out there keeping in command range. This brigade was hesitant, wasn't great. They're coming forward, they've got casualties. The sneaky Prussians are coming up the side of the battlefield. Oh, look at that. The Guards of Fuss are coming on the table. Turn 6 is about to begin. Okay, so we've just finished turn 6, moving into 7. So, as we can see, the Chevaliers, supported by the Hussars, charged this gun battery. Unfortunately, it didn't work out how they wished. They've gone up there and gone through the charge phase. They've got in there with Elan, and they've come in with unformed. And sadly, the Austrians rolled really poorly. We ended up with a drawn result. Thus, they have retired back, leaving the guns still on the hill. But as you can see here, we've got the French chasseurs going to have to deal with this gun battery here. So this is actually going to be quite interesting, even though this big, large unit has got 9 casualties. And we've got the cuirassiers coming up here. The French did fail to actually move pretty much everything, because they had 4 hesitant brigades, including their cuirassiers. So they wanted to get them up. They had the forwards order and everything to get them up there to actually weigh into this melee. So this is going to be quite interesting. The Prussian Guard's slowly moving up. So we've come over here. Their last unit of reinforcements for the French is still off the table. He just simply cannot get it on the table. He keeps failing to activate it. So he's got some reinforcements moving up finally into the town area. He's left it vacant the whole game, and he's just dealing with taking casualties here. The Allied artillery has been pretty ineffective. As you can see, this battery here with 7, he's opting to move his infantry in front to try and save it, because he doesn't want it to break. If it breaks, he goes to falter, which could be a major issue if this brigade was to fail. Their flank, he could not really push an attack against those 2 brigades sitting over here. The large battery in the middle here has been hesitant for 2 rounds, thus it hasn't been able to put any fire into the centre. It's really impeded him. I think the Allied players feeling a little like, oh, he's tried, but he just can't get in there. It's certainly not over. I think the game is certainly in the balance. Still got 13 turns to play, so we're going to reconvene next week and push this in. But the French in the centre here are quite worn, with 5, 3, 3 and 1 on those battalions. We'll see what happens. There's one back here is pretty untouched, but he's actually broken one of the units up at the skirmishers and come out here to try and skirmish. Mind you, these are large greens, so going to make life interesting if he wants to break them up. I don't think he will, because of the firepower they bring in. But interesting. I do wonder whether the Allies have left the push a little too late, because he's still sitting way back. And he's put a cavalry attack in with no pressure on anything anywhere else. So I guess I'm sitting back and umpiring this and sort of sitting back and watching everyone, but I think the applied pressure on multiple fronts would actually draw the French player into actually placing his ADCs where he needs them and stretch them a little. So we'll see what happens next week.